took my thing. I still have it. I even forgot that I had it. I brought my money back with me. Hell no.
Stop sending people money in Africa. These guys are not struggling.
Don't ever tell anybody, especially your family members, how much you have saved or how much money you have to your name.
So I woke up to the realization that I need to stop sending all of my money.
Prior to this, we had a series of Black American girls expressing their frustration over the constant pressure being laid upon them to pay rent while they're still living under their parents' roof. As early as they start working, they're expected to contribute for rent in the house, followed by a series of Black as well as Asian immigrants who are expressing their frustration over the constant pressure that is being laid upon them to send money to their families back home. And in today's video, we'll be listening to some immigrants who have decided to absolutely not send any penny back home due to different experiences. So I will be letting you listen to the few stitches that I put together. This is Comfort for Life, and I bring to you a compilation of TikTok videos for educational purposes. We are here to interact, and thank you so much for your love and interaction. Thanks for the support that you showed to the previous video. I love and appreciate you. If you've not watched other series on this, it's very interesting. You will love it, and you can make this your home.
Just know that I will not send you money.
So I woke up to the realization that I need to stop sending all of my money to Africa. And here's why. Number one, it doesn't help with the narrative that if you're in America, you're rich. If you're in America, life is comfortable. You have everything you need. Just a few days ago, I had two of my cousins reach out to me. I was like, oh, I need only $400. Only $400. And last year, I visited home, and to my surprise, almost all my uncles and aunties had houses. Okay, these are the same people when you speak to them over the phone, they're gonna tell you the economy is hard, there's no money, this, that, and the other, and every little problem. Like, I literally can't sit for a minute without somebody reaching out to me and asking for money. I'm talking about friends and family alike. And being the person that I am, all of my savings, I just give it out, okay? And then I'm like, no, that's not a good thing. I need to start looking out for me. I need to start investing in myself, because as it stands right now, I don't even have property in my name. And here I am pouring out so much money into other people, and I'm like, well, they do the same thing for me when I'm in need. And maybe there's going to be a time that they're not even going to be in a better position to assist me. And so this year moving forward is for me. I'm not saying I'm not going to help, but I would invest in myself, and I'll make sure that I am comfortable, okay? Even before I think about helping other people, I will make sure that I am equally comfortable and not just throw money around and have people think that, you know, hey, she's got money and she's just, you know, willing to spend. No, that's not what it is.
As we're going to the festive season and you guys decide to go home, a lot of you are going to be stressed about black tax, taking your bonuses that you earn in December and going to buy fridges and TVs and donating money and buying alcohol and buying inkomo and izimvu and imbuzi at home. Please understand that money is not the only type of black tax you can give to your family. There are more intelligent forms of black tax, one of them being education and information. So when you go home these holidays, take all the information and education you've accumulated and go and share it with your family. Tell them about the businesses that are out there: solar panels, power banks, wigs, handbags, the cannabis industry, and other businesses where they can go and make money. Go teach them about those things and maybe help them find suppliers in those spaces. Another thing is to help people with stock. So if you live in rural areas, you can show them how to stock their own goats, their own sheep, etc., so that they can start a business and an enterprise. And if you live in the type of home where you guys either have back rooms or you can build back rooms, then please do that and teach your parents how to be landlords so that they can generate their own income. It cannot be that every festive season you're just sending money home and they're always waiting for you and they cannot uplift themselves. So when you think black tax, don't only think money, but think education and information, and think of various ways of business and stock so that your family can uplift itself and also ease the burden of expecting things from any other black man.
So in my last video where I said I'm never sending money to Africa again, you guys had a lot of questions. In the video, I mentioned that when I got there, after like 20 years, I got there, I had to put gas in the car every single time I wanted to go somewhere. I had to give like $500 for me and my kids to eat because they asked me to contribute to that. If I wanted water, we had to pay for our own water. If they did something for us, we had to pay for it. Despite us like sending money over the years and helping and medical bills and so many things, people had questions. They were like, what the heck? I'm going to answer something. So one of the questions was, how do they respond when you say you're not sending money or when you stop sending money? The same thing, like you a dunka, they mean that you're a cursed child. You're not going to get no blessing. Nothing good is ever going to come to your life. Like you're mean, you're selfish. Watch, you're going to like you're going to fail. Like misery is going to come to you. Same stuff, which is normal. I mean, listen, that's normal. That makes me laugh. That's actually whatever. Someone else asked, maybe they really couldn't afford, to feed you guys or whatever. Maybe that's why. No, I don't want to get too personal, but no, they can afford it because I know for sure they make $3,000 a month in that house. For sure, 100%. Is the fact living beyond your means because you have family in Europe and America and France and whatever. That's why you have to live a particular lifestyle. But otherwise, yes, they easily make $3,000 a month. They can afford to host us for 3 weeks without us having to give a dime. And the audacity was that when I was leaving, right, they were like, oh, you're not going to like leave us anything. You're not going to give us anything. Like the day I was leaving with my suitcase and everything. And look, I have all this money, right? I put my money in my bag and I said, I'm taking it to the US. All this. These are $20 bills. I have all this money that I could have easily, like, if this thing would have never happened, I probably would have given it away to different people. Probably give everybody $100 a piece. But because of that, I was like, no. The audacity to ask after all this, if you buy me water, I have to give your money back. If you buy my kids popsicle, I have to give your money back. And then when I'm leaving, you want to ask me, oh, you're not going to give us anything? You're not going to leave us anything? I took my thing. I still have it. I even forgot that I had it. I brought my money back with me. Hell no. And lastly, you know what? I really don't like to talk about stuff like this, right? Because I have 6 siblings. And I also feel like as much as I like to talk about things, I have to respect their privacy. But what triggered me was when I watched that young lady video of her saying she's not sending money back home and people were coming at her. And it just triggered me. That's one. Number 2, you guys know I'm heavy on the Afghan, what's going on, like the soccer. And I wanted to go to Afghan. I only work 4 days a month here. I work PRN and I already work my hours. So I have time off. I wanted to go to Afghan. I told these people that I was coming, right? I wanted to watch the Afghan. I'm coming, right? And they're like, why would you come? Why? You can't just send us that money instead of wasting it to come watch Afghan. And some people might be like, yeah, girl, I work. If I want to go watch the Afghan and make me happy, I should be able to do that. But it's like, why are you coming to watch the Afghan if you could just send us this money? I was like, because I want to watch the Afghan. That didn't work, right? And then it became, okay, well, if you come, we're not going to be able to pick you up from the airport because the car is broken. Unless you send me $1,000. Unless you send us $1,000 to fix the car so we could pick you up at the airport, we won't be able to pick you up. Yeah, the audacity. And somebody else was like, well, why don't you have a conversation with them? Let me tell you something. In an African household, you don't talk back. You could be 50. You don't talk back. If you talk back or you defend yourself, it's basically like you're insulting them. It's basically like you basically beat them up at this point. So like defending yourself is not even worth it because it's going to become a fight. It's going to become like more problematic. So you just take it and just smile. I mean, that's just the way it is. So unfortunately, it's no like sitting down, talking about it, talking back. It's not even worth it. It's not even gonna click in. So with that being said, I'm really not gonna answer anything because I'm gonna be like a faucet spilling tea, and I'm gonna have to start walking around with bodyguards, which is not necessary. So it baffles me. It baffles me just as much as it baffles you guys to know that legit like. And the weird thing is, like, I have Nigerian friends and Ghanaian friends who was like, when I was telling them this, they was like, yo, I be going home. I go back home with nothing in my pocket. I literally just come home and it's my family house. Like, I don't pay for food, nothing. Like, wow.
Don't ever tell anybody, especially your family members, how much you have saved or how much money you have to your name. I heard this a very long time ago and I've never forgotten it. And I've even given this advice to my own sisters. Never tell people how much you saved. I was listening to a podcast and they said that if you tell people how much you have saved or how much money you have to your name, you basically set yourself up for a big problem. Whenever they're in any situation or they're in any, like, let's say they're in a massive debt or they're about to do something, they think, I can do this because Belotti will bail me out. She's my sister, she'll bail me out. And that might sound absurd to you as somebody who would never do that, but there are so many people walking around thinking that you will bail them out because you have the means to. And that doesn't mean they're a bad person, it just means that they rely on you, and that means that they rely on you a bit too much. Protect yourself and keep things to yourself. How much you make should really be kept to yourself, and you know it's harder to keep that to yourself because we all talk amongst ourselves, amongst our friends. But I think how much you have saved and how much money you have to your name is definitely something that should be as private as, like, the most private of all. Do not be telling people how much you save, especially your family members. And, like, obviously share, because you reap what you sow, and I definitely believe in sharing. But do not tell people how much money you have saved, especially if they're not good with money, because they will start to include you in their plans.
Stop sending money to Africa. Folks, what are you doing? Man, I'll tell you this. A lot of you don't even have money to eat here. And you keep sending money home. And I get it. I understand we have to take care of people back home. But let me tell you my story. See, for the first 12 years, my parents didn't know where I was. They thought I was dead and gone. They're like, this guy. But they didn't know how hard it was. I was struggling, trying to make it. How am I going to send money to anyone when I'm struggling myself? See, but I had to set myself up first. So you can't help anyone if you're not helping yourself first. You know, so many of you make the mistake to want to just send money, or you make $1, you send it home. But how are you living? Who's going to send you money when you're in trouble? I know you're here in America and you're like, okay, I got to help them. I get it. Folks back home would be fine. If you're dead, they're going to figure it out. You know, so understand that you have to think twice, get your life straight, plant your flag in the country that you're in, understand the system.
These guys are not struggling. They just need extra cash. You are the one making your life a living hell in America. You are the one making your life stress-free in America. You are the one making your life depressive because you are here worrying about an adult that is not physically challenged. You are worrying, killing yourself how to pay their house rent. Why will you be giving an adult money? Somebody who is not physically challenged, you are working to pay their bills. Why will you be paying somebody's house rent in Africa and you are squatting in America? Like placing an adult on salary while you are struggling here with your 2 jobs. You are the one making your life a living hell. Stop it. You get the point. Listen, a struggling person don't lead an upright person. If you do, they will push you aside and move on. These guys will still be the one that will mock you tomorrow if you fail. Yeah, look at him. He spent all his life in America and he didn't achieve anything. But forgetting that they are the reason why he did not achieve anything in America. You understand? Put yourself first. If you succeed, you can help people. But while you are struggling, stop making your life a living hell. Stop trying to be a good person. You understand? People in this life don't have memory. They quickly forget. The only time they will remember you is that time they are getting something from you. Hence that thing cease, bro, they've forgotten you. You understand? And they will come back and mock you tomorrow. You wasted all your life in America and you didn't achieve anything. Wake up now. Anything that is not related to children or maybe sickness, that sickness, you still need to verify it before you give out your money. You need to go and see the kind of life these guys are living. See, the only person you are owing is your parents. You don't owe no adults any penny, any cent. You are not making them good. You're actually destroying the society. You are destroying them. Because for you to make money, you have to give service. Money is not free. Money doesn't fall from heaven. And somebody who you are giving so much money will not have the time to go and give service to the society. Because he or she feels that I have somebody who pays my bill in America. I know you love them and you want to, see them succeed in life. But that is not the way forward. The only way to assist somebody is to call the person, what do you want to do with your life? You understand? Settle the person and let the person know, never in your life bother me again. Stop killing yourself, you understand? And start living. If you are not living, you cannot help a living person. Because I know most of you are not living. You are just here killing yourself. just to pay people's bill in Africa. Stop it. You understand? Stop it and, put your life first. You get the point now.
That was it about this video. Just imagine traveling back home, are hoping to relax with your children, and they charge you for everything that they give you. So this is the case. As you send money, just know that even when you go home and wanting to rest, maybe things have gone rough for you, you just want to have a time out, you will find that all those people you've been sending money to won't even be able to help you. It's not about them not having money, but it's about the mentality. We know that in America, life is easy, money is everywhere, they are the people who colonize us, so it all has to do with the mentality of people. And it will take time, unless you put it in their mind, install it in their mind, so that they understand that things are hard. Don't try to show off. Don't show off on your own detriment, to your own detriment. Don't. Like, sometimes it is, it's okay to tell them you can't. I don't have the money. Because you don't have money all the time. And sometimes the money you have is just enough for you. And you have to build your life in that country where you are. Because I can assure you that most of the time when they ask you for money, it's always for birthdays, they want to go out, they just want to show off for a certain lifestyle, knowing that we have a family member abroad, while you are giving your savings, you're giving out of your savings, or maybe you're even in debt, for them to have a certain lifestyle. I am not saying that you shouldn't help in case of emergency, but really prioritize yourself. Don't disappear. I don't agree with the guy who disappeared for 12 years. I know how hard it can be for the family who has sent you abroad, and then you had 12 years you've disappeared, and then you show up. Yes, it can also be frustrating to the people who left behind, but just communicate. Communicate, please. Communicate. It's important that you communicate to them that things are hard. I'm still settling. I'm still trying to find what to do. I am still understanding the system. I'm still. And it takes time. For some, it takes 12 years in a foreign land to understand how it goes, for them to be able to find their way. Yeah, I'm an immigrant. I'm a foreigner where I am right now, and I understand. So I'm telling you this from an experience. Kindly think about you first.